All right, welcome in, everybody. It is Tuesday. Time for Tips on Tuesday. In this case, Tips on Tuesday live. So we're going to get rolling here and have a little bit of discussion about what is the biggest battle that we're fighting. What is the biggest battle that we're fighting? All right, the biggest battle that we're fighting is probably not the battle that you suspect it was. All right, we're going to talk about that coming up next on this week's live Tips on Tuesday. So listen, every weekend, couple of days prior to the weekend, I get a question from both my daughter and my son who are right now playing Little League basketball. Right? So they're playing Little League basketball, 11, 13 years of age, and every weekend I get the same question. Who are we playing this weekend, Dad? Who are we playing this weekend? And my answer all the time is, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who we're playing. Doesn't matter who we're playing, because if we play to the best of our ability, and specifically you or individually you play to the best of your ability, who we're playing really has no effect on what the outcome will be or how you perform. All right. And so what I mean by this is really the battle in terms of our own performances against ourselves. If we get our heads mixed in with doing what other people are doing or worrying about what other people are doing, we start to lose focus on what our strengths actually are and what we should do. And one of my favorite basketball teams, aside from my kids, that I follow constantly, and if you know me, you know what team that is. We're consistently at the college ranks, consistently trying to adjust to what the team we're playing against might do. Right? If they've got a bunch of bigs, we try to set a lineup with bigs to try to compete against them. If the other team we're playing has a bunch of smaller players, we try to play small to match up a little bit better. And my mentality has always been, listen, if the strength of our team is our guards, is our shooting guards, is our small forward, if the strengths of our team is the smaller size lineup, then why wouldn't we start the smaller size lineup and make other people adjust to us? Make them defend our strengths rather than trying to readjust consistently against our competition. And I look at this and think from a personal standpoint, how many times do we do this? How many times do we look outside at the influences around us and we try to adjust to those outside influences rather than working from our inside strengths, our inside core, our inside beliefs, if you will, and perform at our best? And we are the influence. We are the influence rather than us kind of flailing in the wind trying to adjust to everybody else and starting over and starting over and starting over and really, plowing through life without any consistency whatsoever within our own strengths. And this is a great time to talk about it, right? It's the beginning of the year and everybody's got their goals set up, and we're looking at other things that people have accomplished and said, well, I want to be like this person, or I want to accomplish that like that person. Listen, what if we just focused a little more granular? One thing at a time. What if we just said, maybe today I'll eat a little better than I did yesterday. Maybe today I'll work out a little harder than I did yet. Maybe we focus on today and what we can do for ourselves to be a little bit better than what we were yesterday. Because the battle, listen, again, it's not you against the outside world. It's not you against your neighbor. It's not you against your coworker. It's you against you. That's it. It's you against you. The question is, are you making progress from yesterday to today, from this morning to this afternoon? And we beat ourselves up all the time by wondering, why can't I be as good as so-and-so? Why can't I lift as much as so-and-so over there? Or why can't I make as much? Or why can't I make as many friends? Why, whatever comparisons we want to build for ourselves, it's not about everybody else. And at the beginning of the year, as we start laying out goals and these ideas as to what our year will look like, stop thinking about what everybody else has or does, and just start thinking about your own progress and focus there. Your strengths. Build on your strengths. Build on your strengths. And let your inside broadcast. Don't let the outside influence you. So listen, I appreciate you joining me here today for a Tips on Tuesday live. Very much appreciate you taking the time to be with me, as I've said. And if you've not yet subscribed, if you've not yet liked the page, what are you waiting for? Make sure you do. Make sure you hit that reminder bell to make sure that you're made aware anytime we go live or anytime we've got new content that's been posted. And one last piece to mention here, a happy birthday to my man Scott Lehman, who I've known since we were little guys and who's followed our channel and followed our content from the start. Scott, I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you following along with us, and I hope it is the best day for your birthday. Have a great one. We'll see you guys soon.